Hey everyone, James here on the Crypto Swiss channel, and you won't believe this story. It's absolutely wild. I never thought I'd see the day, but an attorney in the XRP community has actually filed a lawsuit aimed at unmasking none other than Satoshi Nakamoto. Yep, you heard that right. The ultimate goal is to uncover the creator, or creators, of Bitcoin itself. Now let's be real. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. This is going to drive those hardcore Bitcoin maximalists absolutely insane. And honestly, I'm here for every second of it. The tension between Bitcoin purists and XRP supporters is about to hit a whole new level, and I am loving the chaos. I can't wait to spill all the tea on why I think this is such a huge, entertaining development in today's Crypto Swiss hot take. The man behind this audacious move, none other than attorney James Murphy, aka Metal Lawman. If that name rings a bell, it should. I've highlighted him plenty of times over the years here on the channel. He's been a standout voice during the SEC v Ripple saga, and most recently weighed in on the appeal that had everyone talking. Now he's taking things to the next level with this bold lawsuit, and I can't wait to see where it leads. Oh, and by the way, did you know he worked with attorney John Deaton during his Senate campaign against Elizabeth Warren? Yep, he helped with a lot, including fundraising, and he absolutely crushed it. Now fast forward to today, and we've got something even bigger brewing. I can't wait to see how the toxic Bitcoin maximalists react to this, because let's face it, they're not going to love it. In fact, many of the loudest voices in that crowd really don't want Satoshi Nakamoto's identity revealed. Why is that? Well, we'll get into it soon, but let me just say, it all comes down to money. Take a look at this article from Crypto Times last October. Would revealing Satoshi Nakamoto's identity crash Bitcoin price? That's their biggest fear. The idea that exposing the creator could send Bitcoin's price into a tailspin has them on edge. Don't worry, I'll break down exactly why they're so concerned about this. Before we dive deeper though, a quick disclaimer. I don't have a financial background. I'm not giving financial advice, and nothing I say or write should inspire you to buy or sell anything. I'm just a crypto enthusiast who makes YouTube videos for fun. This is purely a hobby for me. Now back to it. Check out this piece on your screen, written by former Fox Business journalist Eleanor Tarrant. She's now with Crypto in America, and trust me, this is a story you're going to want to follow. Just released today, crypto attorney sues Department of Homeland Security in bid to unmask Satoshi Nakamoto. A cryptocurrency lawyer is taking the US Department of Homeland Security to court, attempting to solve one of the greatest mysteries in tech, the true identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin. James Murphy, known to his followers as Metal Lawman on X, filed the lawsuit in a DC district court. This bold move marks the latest chapter in the ongoing quest to uncover Nakamoto's identity, a secret that has fascinated the crypto world since Bitcoin's debut in 2009. Murphy shared a detailed thread about the lawsuit on his X account. If you're familiar with the Metal Lawman, you've probably seen it already. This is his latest high-stakes battle. According to the piece, Bitcoin has grown into a global phenomenon, with a market cap exceeding $1 trillion. Yet, the person, or group, behind Nakamoto's name vanished shortly after Bitcoin's creation, leaving their identity shrouded in mystery. Speculation has always swirled. Is Nakamoto an individual genius or a secretive collective? Murphy believes the US government knows the answer, but is keeping it under wraps. To crack the case, he's teamed up with Brian Field, a former assistant US attorney and expert in Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) litigation. Together, they're demanding the DHS release information that Murphy claims it has been withholding. Could the truth really be out there? Murphy seems to think so, and he's not backing down. Here's a wild one for you. The core of this lawsuit revolves around some bombshell claims made by DHS Special Agent Rana Saud during a 2019 industry conference. According to the filing, Saud dropped a jaw-dropping revelation. The Department of Homeland Security not only identified the creator of Bitcoin, but claimed it wasn't one person. It was a group of 4 individuals. Yep, 4. But wait, it gets crazier. These 4 people were allegedly interviewed by DHS agents in California, where they supposedly broke down how Bitcoin works and why they created it. Now listen, I'm not saying I know how legit this is, but honestly, If a government official from DHS is out here publicly stating this in 2019, why lie? Like, if it's not true, it's a bizarre thing to just fabricate. You're really going to stand up and claim, oh yeah, we know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. It's 4 people, we've talked to them, and they told us everything. That's next level weird if it's made up, right? And here's the kicker. After making this claim, the whole thing goes dark. No public transparency, no follow-up. It just vanishes. Suspicious, no? What if the DHS really did crack the case and this agent didn't realize how much chaos her words might stir up? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyway, the mystery deepens. To this day, the DHS has never revealed the identities of these supposed Bitcoin creators. So, what's the truth? Who knows, but something about this doesn't sit right. If the government truly has this information, as claimed by the DHS special agent, it shouldn't remain hidden, Attorney Murphy told Crypto in America. Bitcoin's rise to global prominence has fueled immense curiosity about the identity of its mysterious creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. Murphy is betting on the Trump administration's pledge for greater transparency and hopes DHS Secretary Kristi Noem will voluntarily disclose this secret. I hope Secretary Noem embraces transparency and shares this information willingly, Murphy said. If not, we're ready to take this litigation as far as needed to solve this mystery. This is no joke. It's officially filed, and honestly, I'm here for it. I think the public has every right to know. We deserve to uncover this enigma. Imagine the ripple effect this revelation could have. But let's dive deeper into the story. Unveiling Nakamoto's identity has divided the Bitcoin community. Some are consumed by curiosity, eager for answers, while others fear that exposing the creators could shatter Bitcoin's mythos. But one thing's for sure, the question of Satoshi's identity isn't going away anytime soon. A symbol of technological revolution and liberation from government control, Bitcoin thrives on mystery. Yet some fear that revealing Satoshi Nakamoto's identity could unravel its decentralized essence. Last year, an HBO documentary, Money Electric: The Bitcoin Mystery, stirred the crypto world by claiming that Satoshi is Peter Todd, a Bitcoin core developer. Todd dismissed the accusation, calling it reckless and dangerous for his safety. And honestly, it's a wild claim. Why make it up? Attention-seeking? A publicity stunt? It's baffling. But then comes the bigger question. Should we even be trying to unmask Satoshi? Bitcoin maximalists say no, insisting this secret is sacred. If you're part of the Bitcoin cult, you're expected to toe the line. We do not need to know. Why? Well, their arguments are, let's just say, questionable. Take this Crypto Times headline from October 5th. Would revealing Satoshi Nakamoto's identity crash Bitcoin's price? The reasoning? Bitcoin's strength lies in its independence from centralized figures. If Nakamoto's 1.1 million Bitcoin holdings suddenly moved, it could trigger panic selling and tank the market. So, what's this really about? Fear. Not principles, not ideals, just fear of losing money. That's the driving force behind keeping Satoshi's identity in the dark. It's not some grand principled stance they're taking. It's fear, plain and simple. They're afraid of Bitcoin's price tanking. Why? Because many believe that if Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious creator of Bitcoin, were to liquidate their assets, the market would spiral, investors would panic, triggering massive sell-offs and catastrophic liquidations. Here's the heart of it. People worry that revealing Satoshi's identity could crash Bitcoin. Why? Well, Satoshi is believed to hold over 1 million Bitcoin, a staggering amount. But here's the thing. The risk doesn't vanish whether or not we know who Satoshi is. Say we never find out who they are, Satoshi could still sell. Now imagine we do find out. Guess what? Satoshi could still sell. Knowing their identity doesn't magically change that fact. In fact, you could argue the opposite. If Satoshi's identity were public, they might be less likely to sell, fearing the public fallout and how it might tarnish their reputation. It's a double-edged sword, and honestly, this whole debate is ridiculous. If Bitcoin is so fragile that it can't weather the revelation of its creator's identity, then maybe it's not as resilient as people think. But I believe Bitcoin would survive, no matter the short-term chaos. So let's be real. This isn't about protecting Bitcoin. It's about protecting their wallets. Bitcoin maximalists are out here arguing for less transparency, less knowledge about the world we live in, about Bitcoin's origins, and the truth behind it all. They want you in the dark. How is that a win? Spin that narrative, you geniuses. This is absurd. Here's another gem. Analyst Glero claims, if Satoshi dumped 1 million Bitcoins, it's not just the price drop we'd worry about, but the faith effect. If the creator loses confidence in Bitcoin, What does that mean for the rest of us? Seriously, this is the hill you're dying on? The idea that Satoshi's anonymity and untouched portfolio are the glue holding Bitcoin's trust and long-term viability together? Well, congratulations, folks. You just made Bitcoin sound like a cult. If the leader bows out, everyone else crumbles? Really? Where's your agency? Do you even think for yourselves? Are you seriously telling me that all you toxic maxis preaching about Bitcoin's sanctity, its decentralization, its untouchable hard money status, suddenly lose all faith if Satoshi makes a move? You've got to be kidding me with this nonsense. Are you kidding me? So, you've been preaching this gospel for 16 whole years, telling everyone to believe it like it's the ultimate truth. But now, you're saying that if one single person, or maybe a group, let's call them Satoshi Nakamoto, decides to sell, it somehow invalidates everything? Are you really saying that your belief system depends entirely on someone else's actions? What happened to thinking for yourself? Why have you been drilling this into our heads if your conviction crumbles the moment someone else wavers? It's absurd, completely unreasonable, actually. These people, honestly, they're just insufferable. But the worst part? It's the intellectual dishonesty. It's so transparent, you can practically see right through them. There's nothing subtle here. They're protecting their own interests, plain and simple. That's all there is to it. But here's where things get interesting. An attorney from the XRP community is digging into this, and I couldn't be more excited. If they manage to uncover the truth, oh man, I'll be over the moon. Call me the happiest crypto Swiss you've ever seen. I'll be crypto Swissing all over the place. Whether this is a long shot or not, there's potential here. At the very least, it could shake things up. It's wild to hear a DHS agent say what they said. Seriously, why? What's the point? If there's nothing behind it, I'm just curious. Inquiring minds want to know, but honestly, these arguments are laughable. So easy to tear apart because there's just nothing better. There really isn't. I've heard every single one. And these are the shining examples, the absolute peak of what toxic Bitcoin maximalists bring to the table. Spare me. No thanks, sir or madam. Take that nonsense somewhere else. What a mess. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't let anything I say or write influence your buying or selling decisions. Seriously, that would be a terrible idea.